thank everybody for coming out here. This is our second Quilts of Valor ceremony. We're going to have a third one in November and on Veterans Day. This morning we have 11 veterans. One of them is not here yet, or else he's not coming. I don't know. But we have 10 gentlemen here that are going to receive their quilts this morning. And one lady, excuse me, 9 gentlemen and 1 lady. I'm sorry. Just like any other ceremony or any kind of military function or anything, we'd like to start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you please stand and we'll face the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the proceedings over to Carol Carr. I'm just going to say a few words and start the proceedings. And again, thank you for coming. After the ceremony, we're going to have a song done, and then after that, we're going to have a closing couple of minutes, and then everybody's invited over to the cafeteria. On this end of the cafeteria, we're going to have a cake cutting, cake and ice cream for the first anniversary of the American Heroes Cafe. So, thank you.
I'd like to welcome you all and to say how glad I am, as well as the Material Girls, to have all of you here, to be here on a day that we're celebrating an anniversary of the cafe, and that we're here to honor 11 or 10, as it may be, veterans. The Quilts of Valor was founded in 2003. And basically, it was to provide quilts for comfort of the body and comfort of the spirit for veterans. This is, don't have to be combat veterans, but military personnel. And so, as we see tonight, or today, the veterans that are here, I will tell you a little bit about, some very little, because that's the information I have, and some I will be able to tell you a little more about. They may share with you after the ceremony if you want to talk with them and ask them. There are also Material Girls present who help make these quilts. If you'd like to talk with them or find out specifically if that person is here that made your quilt, don't be afraid to ask, because Sue will know, and Sue has the blue top on over here. She will know who made the quilt. Your quilt will have a label on it. It will say that it is a Quilt of Valor. If it doesn't have that label, it probably isn't a designated Quilt of Valor. You can't buy these. They have to be given to you and awarded by the Quilts of Valor Foundation, so they are very special. Some people think they're okay to hang on the wall or lay over the couch. Laying over the couch is good, but we really would like them to be on you or wrapping you or to be with you as that comfort of body and spirit. So they're all washable, so don't be afraid to use them when you have them. This morning I would like to read a poem. This was given to me by another person in the Quilts of Valor Foundation, and they use it with all of their presentations, so hopefully it won't be too long and make our proceeding longer. The title of it is I Am a Veteran, and it's by Andrea Kristen Brett. You may not know me the first time we meet. I'm just another you see on the street. But I am the reason you walk and breathe free. I am the reason for your liberty. I am a veteran. I work in a local factory all day. I own a restaurant just down the way. I sell you insurance. I start your IV. I've got the best looking grandkids you'll ever see. I'm your grocer, your banker, your child's school teacher. I'm your plumber, your barber, your family's preacher. But there's a part of me that you don't know very well. Just listen a moment, I have a story to tell. I am a veteran. I joined the service while still in my teens. I traded my prom dress or tux for camouflage greens. I'm the first in my family to do something like this. I followed my father like he followed his. Defying my fears and hiding my doubt, I married my sweetheart before I shipped out. I missed Christmas, then Easter, the birth of my son, but I knew I was doing what had to be done. I served on the battlefront, I served on the base, I bound up the wounded and begged for God's grace. I gave orders to fire, I followed commands, I marched into conflict in far distant lands. In the jungle, the desert, on mountains and shores, in bunkers, in tents, on dank earthen floors. While I fought on the ground, in the air, on the sea, my family and friends were home praying for me. For the land of the free and the home of the brave, I faced my demons in foxholes and caves. Then one dreaded day, without drummer or fife, I lost an arm, my buddy lost his life. I came home and moved on, but forever was changed. The perils of war in my memory remained. I don't really say much, I don't feel like I can, but I left home a child and came home a man or a woman. There are thousands like me, thousands more who are gone, but their legacy lives as time marches on. White crosses in rows and names carved in Q remind us of what these brave souls had to do. I'm part of a fellowship, a strong, mighty band of each man and each woman who has served this great land. I'm sorry. And when Old Glory waves, I stand proud, I stand tall. I helped her, keep her flying over you, over all. I'm making through it, this one. Sorry. This morning, the veterans that will be receiving their quilts are in our front row. And as I call your name, would you please stand so that the ladies and gentlemen will be able to award your quilt to you?
We're going to show them the quilt first before they stand, so everybody can see it.
Okay, so they would like to hold the quilt up first so that you can see it before you stand. So, and you will also be receiving a certificate in an envelope. Do we have one of those that I can read what's on the certificate? You'll have a lap full of stuff. And this first one is for, if you want to get his quilt, Norbert Bonnertz. On behalf of the Quilts of Valor Foundation, in recognition of your service and sacrifice for this nation, it's a privilege to honor and comfort you through the award of this Quilt of Valor. Though we may never know the depth of your sacrifice to protect and defend the United States of America, as a gesture of gratitude and a grateful nation, we award to you this Quilt of Valor.
Are you able to stand up? I'm going to wrap you up. Keep it warm. Okay, you in there, okay?
Norbert served in the Army in World War II and was in active duty. The next veteran is William Goodness, and I know he was in the Navy in World War II. Our next gentleman is Joseph Guzzi. He was an Army corporal in Korea. He served from 1952 to 54. He completely enjoyed the never forgotten honor flight, being recognized for his service. This beautiful quilt, he thinks, will be icing on the cake. We've got 15, 20 minutes to nap. And this is for Leroy Hager. He was in the Navy in World War II. The end of World War II Navy Occupation Forces, USS Iowa, BB-63. He was active duty Navy, Japan Naval Occupation. Leroy? James Houston served in the Army in World War II, and actually it was the Army Air Force. Okay, James?
This one looks like this. This one's a big one. You want to step forward? You guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that goes look at it eventually. All right. Right back up.
James Houston was in the Army Air Force and World War II. Robert Lynch. Did we do, this is Robert's, right?
Yes.
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 Robert Lynch was in the Army, World War II. He served from 1939 to 1945. He was in Company G, 157th Infantry, 45th Division Thunderbird as a platoon technical sergeant in charge of 38 men. He served in the European, African, Middle Eastern Theater, receiving a Service Medal, American Defense Medal, and Overseas Service Medal and Good Conduct Medal. Was active duty in World War II in the Navy, served on the Armed Guard Detachment aboard various merchant ships that were fitted with naval guns. Francis. Served in the Air Force in Vietnam. His rank was Airman First Class, and he was part of the 361st TEWS, T-E-W-S, stationed at Nha Trang, Vietnam. Clinton Schultz. Clinton was in the Merchant Marines at 16 years old. He enlisted into the Marines at 18. Clinton joined the Merchant Marines in New York at the age of 16, but during World War II, he traveled to the Atlantic on a Liberty ship called the SS Laura King, in one of the largest convoys to leave the U.S. They carried supplies and ammo for the troops in Europe. He reached ports in Sicily, Italy, Africa, and France. He then, at the age of 17, enlisted into the Marines. He did his boot camp training in Parris Island, South Carolina. This is Clinton Schultz. Betty Voigt was in the Navy, World War II, active duty in the Navy Waves. And that does it for our quilt awards.
our quilt guild. He's going to sing a song that you didn't write, right?
No.
But he's going to play the guitar and sing a song in honor of the veterans. He's also a veteran too of Vietnam.
The song kind of echoes the poem that Carol had written. It's going to be a song that's kind of reflects all of our fallen comrades, current military personnel, and then our current veterans and the people left behind, the loved ones that have to worry about their loved ones overseas or wherever they're at. I was there in the winter of '64 when we camped in the ice at Nashville's door. 300 miles our trail had led. We barely had time to bury our dead. When the Yankees charged and the colors fell, Overton Hill was a living hell. When we called retreat, it was almost dark. I died with a grape shot in my heart. Say a prayer for me, for every fallen son. Set my spirit free. Let me lay down my gun. Sweet Mother Mary, I'm so tired, but I can't come home till the last shot's fired. In June of 1944, I waded in the blood of Omaha's shore. 21 and scared to death, my heart pounding in my chest. I almost made the first seawall. My friends turned and saw me fall. I still smell the smoke, I can taste the mud, as I lay there dying from a loss of blood. Say a prayer for me, for every fallen son. Set my spirit free. Let me lay down my gun. Sweet Mother Mary, I'm so tired, but I can't come home till the last shot's fired. I'm in the fields of Vietnam, the mountains of Afghanistan, and I'm still hoping, waiting, praying I did not die in vain. Say a prayer for me, for every fallen son. Set my spirit free. Let me lay down my gun. Sweet Mother Mary, we're so tired, but we can't come home till the last shot's fired. Till the last shot's fired.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your service.
Okay, before these guys all melt away under them warm quilts, we're gonna have a little ceremony over here, just a real quick cake cutting ceremony over here. I got a nice, great big cake. It's our first anniversary at American Heroes Cafe. I got 2 pots of coffee brewing. I didn't know this was gonna be done so quick, but thank you anyway. And, but I have one, the big pot has some coffee in it, and so does the decaf right now, and I'm making 2 fresh pots. Please stick around. I got cake and ice cream, and whatever is left over at, say about 11 o'clock, somebody's gonna have to take home, because I ain't taking all that cake. And again, let's have a round of applause for these people.